For today's lesson, we are going to learn on how to compute the future value of simple interest. Okay, now before we proceed with the computation, let's define first the definition of future value or the maturity value. When we say maturity value or future value, it is the amount, okay, it is the amount after T years that the lenders receive, okay, that the lenders receive from the borrower on the maturity date. When we say maturity date, it is the date on which the money is borrowed or loan is to be completely repaid. Okay? Now, to compute the future value or the maturity value, the formula that we are going to use is, of course, we have F is equal to P plus I, or this one. F is equal to P times the quantity 1 plus RT, where F is equal to the maturity value or the future value, P is the principal amount, I, the simple interest, R, the rate of interest, then T, term or time in years. Okay, so this is the formula, okay, these are the formula that we are going to use para i-compute natin ang ating maturity value or the future value. Now, let's have our first example. Now, for our first example, Aaron makes an investment, okay, by lending 28,000 pesos to Jason for 3 years at an interest rate of 16% per annum. Now, what is the maturity value of the investment? So in this problem, it is clearly stated na yung problem natin dito is to solve for the maturity value or the future value. Okay? So, ang next nating gagawin is to identify ano yung mga given sa problem. Okay? So, first nating given dito is, of course, the principal amount, which is 28,000 pesos. Kasi ito yung amount, okay, that Aaron invests, okay, by lending it to Jason. Okay? So, next is also we have our R, or the rate of interest, which is 16%. Now, take note, to convert this one to decimal, ang gagawin lang natin is i-divide natin si 16 over 100, and that gives us 0.16. Okay? Now, we also have, of course, our T, which is 3 years. Now, since we have this given information, we can now solve for the future value. Now, to solve for the future value, ang gagamitin natin na formula is this one. F is equal to P times the quantity 1 plus RT. Okay? So, here, ang P natin is our principal amount. R is the rate of interest. Then T is the time in years. Now, in this case, what we're just going to do is i-plug in lang natin ang ating mga given values. Of course, we have the P, which is 28,000 pesos. Of course, times the quantity 1 plus, of course, ang R natin, ang rate, which is 0.16, then multiply by T, which is equal to 3. So, ang gagawin lang natin dito is, of course, hindi natin kailangan i-manual calculate to. Okay, so we just need to use our calculator. Let's try kung ano yung answer natin. Of course, we have 28,000, okay, times 1 plus, okay, 0.16 times 3, okay, then close parenthesis, equal, of course, ang answer natin dito is 41,440 pesos. Okay, so therefore, para sa ating conclusion, Jason should pay Aaron 41,440 pesos. So, ito yung kailangan na i-pay ni Jason kay Aaron. Now, let's proceed to our second example. Now, para sa ating second example, find the maturity value if 1 million pesos is deposited in a bank at an annual simple interest rate of 0.25% after 5 years. Okay? So again, ang hinahanap natin dito is to find the maturity value. Hence, it is the future value ang hahanapin natin. So, ang next natin gagawin is to identify ano yung mga given sa ating problem. Okay? So, dito, ang given natin, of course, we have the principal amount. Okay? Yung principal amount natin which is equal to what? 1 million pesos. Okay? So, this is the amount. Take note, this is our principal amount kasi this is the amount which is deposited in a bank. Okay? So, that's our principal amount. Now, next given natin, of course, is the rate of interest which is 0.25%. So, dito, again, ang gagawin natin is we just need to convert this one to decimal. So, 0.25 over 100, that is equal to 0.0025. So, this is the value of our R there. So, next, we also have our given na, of course, we have the T, okay, which is equal to 5 years. Now, since we have this given information, so we can now solve for the F or the future value. But this time, I would like to show you two methods to solve this one. Our first method is to use the formula F is equal to P plus I. So dito, ang gagawin lang natin to solve for the F is to add the principal amount and the interest. But as you can see dito, hindi given yung ating interest. So that means, ang next nating gagawin is to find the interest. Now, to find the interest, we use the formula I is equal to P or T. So, i-plug in natin ang mga given dyan. We have 1 million pesos times 0.0025, the value of R, then the value of T, which is equal to 5. Then, i-plug in natin yan sa ating calculator. That is 1 million pesos, okay, times 0.0025 times 5. Okay, then click equal. So that will give us 12,500 pesos. So that means ang value ng I natin, ang ating interest is equal to 12,500 pesos. Now, since meron na tayong I at saka P, so pwede na natin gamitin yung ating formula to solve for the future value. And that is F is equal to P plus the I, or the principal amount plus the interest. I-plug in lang natin yung mga values natin. So we have the value of P, which is equal to 1 million pesos. Then we also have the value of I, which is equal to 12,500 pesos. Okay? Of course, if you're going to add the two, it will give us 1 million and 12,500 pesos. Now, before we make our conclusion here, i-show ko muna sa inyo, okay, ang next or the second method. Okay, now para sa ating second method, ang gagawin lang natin is we just use the formula F is equal to P times the quantity 1 plus R times T. Okay, so ito lang yung usual formula na ating ginagamit, okay, to solve for the future value. Dito, hindi na natin kailangan na isolve pa si interest. Ang gagawin lang natin is, we just need to plug in the values of P, R, and T to solve for the future value. And that is, of course, 1 million pesos, okay, open bracket, 1 plus, okay, 0.0025 times 5, then close bracket, then ang gagawin lang natin dito is i-plug in lang natin sa ating calculator. So that is, of course, we have 1 million pesos, then 1 plus 0.0025 times 5. Then close parenthesis. And that gives us the answer or the future value, which is equal to 1,012,500 pesos. So that means equal lang. Okay? Equal lang yung ating answers sa first method at sa second method. So it's up to you kung anong method ang gagamitin mo. Is it the first method, okay, or the second method? But of course, mas easy na method ito kasi one-step process lang yung involved. Okay? So here, para sa ating conclusion, okay, the future value or the maturity value after 5 years is 1,012,500 pesos. That's the answer for our second and last example.